Vamos continuar da onde a gente parou aqui. Esse eu não tenho nenhum ponto de habilidade, não. Vamos lá encontrar umas evidências. Encontrar não, entregar, né?
All right, let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
Lieutenant Toft is as organized as they come. You can be sure she'll keep our T's crossed.
Total.
I bet operations on the key are a clown show. I'm looking
It's good to
forward
have
to
you
reading
back.
your report.
Nice work. Let me take a look. It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor can snowball into a full-blown fairy tale. Have any more? I'll be damned.
Tem bastante coisinha, hein?
Guards at the lock helped touch off the riots. Everyone thought he was some kind of legendary criminal mastermind, but even the great Jasper Crix needed a helping hand to get out of prison. That it?
Droga, peraí. Aí.
Understood. Keep searching and you're bound to find more.
Está a fim de falar sobre sua experiência pessoal em Força Escarlate? Não tô
Let me know
afim.
if you need anything else.
Back and do what Commander Ikande says, and you'll go far.
Tem apontando arma, que isso? Dá pra roubar alguma coisa aqui? Tem kit médico. Peniquinha. Cabe defenda, tem mais.
Fleet has you chasing ghosts on Subaru.
Cala a boca.
There's one thing spookier than a pirate.
Ah. Tem que desacoplar. Tristeza. Ah, tá. Tem que falar lá com o maluco agora que eu lembrei.
Okay, hello.
The fleet call us sharks. They know what happened.
Nunca mais quero ser preso.
You're back. So how did it go?
Me infiltrei com sucesso na Frota Escarlate e estou confiante de que o plano vai funcionar.
Then things are moving forward. Perfect.
Nice job, Rook.
I was certain we'd fool Delgado, but never. She's a sharp one. Overcoming her scrutiny is no small matter. Did you discover anything worth reporting yet?
Delgado tá atrás de uma nave do Galbank chamado Legado que pode ter uma fortuna perdida dentro.
Legacy. Why does that sound familiar? Wait a moment. Are you telling me Delgado may have actually located Crix's legacy?
I have never heard of such a thing.
I'm surprised. I thought this was one of those tales that made it to every corner of the settled systems.
I suppose it's possible, sir. Intelligence picked up a bit of chatter on that subject recently. We assumed it was some sort of tall tale or a story to attract recruits to their cause.
Acho que a história é de verdade.
Well, let's find out if Delgado's chasing ghosts, or he's smarter than we suspect. Let me see what we have here. Nope. There are no records of a Gal Bank transport named the Legacy in the database. I think Delgado's trying to manipulate you. What do you think, sir?
I think there's no record because Gal Bank is hiding something. Delgado's no fool. If he risked his own neck to get that information, then he must be on to something. We have to take this seriously. What's your next move?
Tenho que embarcar num cruzeiro estelar para roubar credenciais do arquivo do Gal Bank.
Clever, Delgado. Very clever. If I were in your place, I'd be trying to do the exact same thing. We can't let Delgado get his hands on what could potentially turn out to be the largest haul of credits the Crimson Fleet's ever seen.
Maybe I should head out to New Atlantis, sir. I could press the Gal Bank execs for information. Get ahead of everything.
No. Let's allow this to run its course. We have our agent here feeding us information. I think that's good enough for now. There's more to this than just finding the location of the transport. Jasper Cricks was clever. For some reason, he never got there.
Vou seguir com o plano, então.
It's imperative that you do. If the Crimson Fleet gets its hands on a transport full of currency, it would be disastrous for the settled systems. I need you to do whatever you can to bring us more information. And for God's sake, don't kill anyone on that Starliner. You're both dismissed.
Ignorante.
I saw one of the ensigns get an Alpha Centauri from Officer.
Eu já ia me esquecendo que eu tenho agora esta armítia. Tem essa daqui também. Vou colocar no lugar da K-47. Peraí, eu tenho...
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
You've got something for me?
Legal essa roupa. Tá muito massa.
Oh, hi, Sam.
Miss Morgan.
Sarah, please. Good work dealing with those merchants in Freestar Space.
When? And...
What? I read your report. They sent thanks. I'm
Good
not
job.
the complete
That's it?
captain. Yes.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Although, you might want to run your reports through a spell check first. Oh, that's all.
Minha cadeira tá fazendo um barulhão.
Take that, Dad.
Peraí, esse é o cruzeiro? Ih, rapaz.
Airlock integ...
Deixa eu ficar vestido adequadamente. Tem o traje aqui, do parede.
She looks good.
Tudo aqui é roubo.
About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado's loyal little soldiers, huh? Fine, have it your way. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? Oh, really? Did she now? I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. Anyway, we'll get to that later. First, we have a much bigger fish to fry. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? Oh, I see. We're playing this game now. Fine, fine. Well, you might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship because you're not getting near Dombrowski without my help.
It would seem we have little choice in the matter. We should hear him out.
Well, well. It appears we have a mind reader here. You're absolutely right. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. Fine. You want to play it that way, and suit yourself. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Tehran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Oh no. Is shooting everyone an option? Alternately shooting ourselves to avoid it?
Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starview Ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. Well, you better learn quick. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut, I'll help you with anything you want. What's the status of your plan? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starview Ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms.
Can we speak for a moment?
Gala, avoid it.
Já falo contigo. O cara vai ficar falando.
Frozen, not fresh.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked under. There is nothing quite like the view from the Starview Ballroom. It's breathtaking.
You're a guest of Captain Luca, right?
These newer vessels more or less which doesn't leave much for the crew to do.
I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. We spoke of the difference between having a purpose and having goals. I believed myself right in the moment and dismissed what you were saying. But thinking more, perhaps I have been arrogant to assume I am right. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it.
Não importa, não tem como mudar o passado. Se te trouxe até aqui, então deu tudo certo, tudo bem. Ter dúvidas, se não... Tá.
Thank you. I have always believed... No. Hoped. That is true. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet... No, that is not what I am trying to say. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence. This is true, but I have only experienced my own. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning. And yet here we are.
Esse bicho já deu a volta?
Better together. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others.
Escutando nas conversas ali, ó.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all of the leftovers that are dining in.
Ele tava fazendo a volta.
Trident must have spent a fortune equipping the ship.
Lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
Não é nada suspeito a roupa que eu tô usando. Poxa. Aí.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for idle nonsense. Yes. I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years.
Caraca.
Why do you ask?
Nada não. Você deve ficar nervosa de ter uma coisa tão valiosa na própria cabine. Queria saber quem vai ser o vencedor do... Tá. Adoraria ver de perto um prêmio tão fabuloso. O que quer dizer contra esse prêmio? O prêmio já foi roubado alguma vez?
In my cabin? Oh, please. Why would I do something so foolish? I'll have you know that the award is locked inside the master safe, located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
Caralho, vagabunda. Opa. Poxa. Obviamente eu ia errar o andar.
Definition of decadence, I do not know what is.
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you aboard. Welcome to the purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata. How can I be of assistance today?
Gostaria de dar uma olhada no prêmio do Salvador da Terra.
I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe, which can only be accessed by presenting an appropriate claim ID. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip.
If the rest of this ship is any indication, I imagine there is an incredible amount of wealth stored.
Opcional, adquira a chave de acesso do prêmio. Mate, tá. Pergunte às vezes da sociedade sobre o Lair.
There right now.
Adquira a chave de acesso. Vamos lá adquirir a chave de acesso. STARFIELD.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom.
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman.
Caralho, bem na cara. Quando vai ser a cerimônia? Nesse caso, realizar a cerimônia da premiação a bordo de um cruzeiro estelar.
Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that?
Você entregar a chave de acesso para eu poder ir embora.
And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand?
Não tem motivo pra gente se estranhar aqui, né?
Yeah, I hope so.
Tenho certeza que dá pra todo mundo sair contente dessa história.
That's what I'm hoping.
Tenho certeza que podemos fazer algo, só fala logo que eu te deixo. Caralho. Que bom que você está começando a entender.
I'm trying to be reasonable here.
O que você gostaria de ajudar se pudesse? Fácil.
Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
Por que o prêmio sumiria? E será que o prêmio poderia sumir, né? Não sei nem por que eu tô fazendo isso mesmo. Que sacanagem. Olha só. Sendo que é uma merda. Tem mais coisa aqui, não? Kit lesão, beleza de próton. Não é roubo, não. Não é roubo se ela me deu. Mate Larry Dombrowski. Caralho, tem que matar o cara. E ali é água. É pra cá então. Eu não quero chegar ao ponto de ter que matar ele.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard the Stardust.
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
So what brings you aboard?
The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend society functions. Could we talk about something else? Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Quite a lovely starlet. Yes, he's some kind of top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running a fake loan scam. That's all then?
Here for business. Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank, which means he has access to everyone's accounts at the touch of a button. Nice to have met you. Hello, are you that view is up.
Ela tá bebendo, ela tem alguma coisa.
Towards women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Well,
Have you tried the an open bar would have been... Let's put it this way. He's screwed over so many people. If he suddenly disappeared from the universe, I don't think anyone would miss him. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Olá.
Here for business? He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. That's all then? Okay.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Olha que chinelão. O cara atrai a esposa. Nossa. Agora ele vai ver. A esposa dele é bonita ainda. Você não me conhece, mas preciso de informações.
Look, I think you're definitely confused here. I really don't have time to have a discussion with you. My partner's waiting for me. He's a very important man.
Já sei tudo sobre o seu caso com Dombrowski. Prefere que eu fale com a esposa do Larry?
His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he...
Ah, essa é a Cláudia.
He had to impress his friends.
Não é a esposa.
Look, I've been in this business for a long time.
Mentira que eu disse, ela é muito feia.
This game works. So let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy?
Eu preciso de alguma coisa que incrimine.
If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that?
Vou achar essas informações de um jeito ou de outro, então talvez seja melhor você se beneficiar agora.
That's true. You have come this far already. You know more about me than I suspected. Can't have that.
É por mim, não tá nem aí pra você.
I should make him pay for doing this to me. That's true. For once, I would like to see him squirm.
Isso aí.
All right, you've made your point. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme where thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
I do not understand. Your anger is focused on Mr. Dombrowski, but clearly the failure of this plan rests on you as well.
If you had to work near him day in and day out, I think you'd understand. He's a disgusting pig, plain and simple.
Me fala sobre o esquema.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them.
Se quer se vingar, me dê provas que eu possa usar contra ele.
I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
Pendurar pelas orelhas. Pra um lado e pro outro, pra um lado e pro outro.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
E olha lá o cara.
Society chair has really outdone herself.
Hello. You here for the charity event?
Estão muito perto, não gostei. Pra falar sobre...
Dombrowski, he's the exec holding court over in the VIP area of the ballroom. Yeah, sorry, I work for UC Security, not Galbank. I don't really know him personally. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
We both know exactly who you are.
Mas eu só entrego as evidências que eu já tenho para as autoridades.
Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, what do you think people will believe?
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the cruise attendants.
Esse maluco.
I saw your little exchange.
Ele.
Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. It's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
Your lack of commitment does not exactly fill me with confidence. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. Go do something useful, okay?
I certainly hope they decide to hold.
Só coisa sinistra. Coisa boa aqui. Ah, shit.
This is well maintained, to be sure, but obviously the credits have all been spent on the areas the guests actually see.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry, that area is off limits. No exceptions. Oh, really? Well, that changes things quite a bit. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Feel free to look around, but don't...
Tá boca. Tá, os textinhos aqui.
Don't mess with any of the boats.
Caralho, pensei que já tinha desativado tudo.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Caraca, eles são bem rápidos.
Much nicer here now. Plenty of room.
Aham. Tem bastante humor essa mãe. E passou uma moto aqui a 1000. E aí, cara?
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. First of all, you're in no position to demand anything. And second, you must think I'm stupid. There's no way I'd possibly incriminate myself by handing over the evidence. Claudia said that. You sure? Damn it! That means my money's already gone. And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Antes de fazer qualquer acordo, pode me dizer o que vai me dar em troca, carai.
Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong. Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio
recorder. Eu tô pensando em seriamente atacar ele.
Insurance policy.
É 2500.
Shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you
You
receive
must be the
further
one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation.
Não vai haver negociação nenhuma.
Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen to the facts before we proceed. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me.
Perspicácia incrível, professor. Espera aí, preciso de um dicionário para entender o que você está falando. Ainda não descartei a opção da bala. É realmente necessário você falar assim.
I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Will there be much more of this? My head is starting to hurt.
A minha também.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself.
É isso é.
Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have in my possession. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have...
Pode me chamar de burro, senão eu vou matar tu.
Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
Valeu, então. O homem é bom, não tem jeito.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status.
Não dá pra manipular ele. Oh, porra.
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling bet that Sandine owed me. But hey, you got the job done.
Remain there until you receive further instructions.
I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner? I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in. Of course. I understand completely. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Overreach. Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
Carinha, gente boa. Vambora, né?
All passengers.
Ah, pra cá. Voltar tudo de novo. Como é que eu vou pra lá, cara? Tem água em todo lugar.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Ah. Agora que eu percebi onde que eu tinha clicado. Isso é um labirinto. Não dá nem pra descer por aqui mesmo. É aqui mesmo. Como é que é? Seria roubo. Ah, aí, carai.
All passengers.
I need to pack up.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Meu Deus, eu tô com o áudio ligado. Ah.
Operation complete. Thrusters free.
Ai, puta merda. Ai, eu tô com contrabando. Aí ferrou.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Most of our operations.
Como é que eu vou fazer pra entrar com aquele contrabando? Eu nem lembro onde que é a Frota Escarlate. Oh, eu quero falar contigo, mãe.
Glad to hear it. Let's see what you got. Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Any other fragments? All right. Keep up the good work. I'll be here.
Cara, eu tenho contrabando aonde? O que seria?
Do you have any more questions?
Howdy.
Olá. O que eu vou fazer pra passar no contrabando? Eu acho que a Razor Leaf tem uma carga pra contrabando, né? Eu não sei se tem que mexer em alguma coisa pra colocar. Ah, vamos arriscar, né? Que se dane. Se possível contrabando, se exige a varredura da sua carga para a liberação do pouso neste local, definir a órbita. Ah, vai dar muito ruim. Fudeu. 0%.
Our scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated. Copy that. Stay on course while we escort you in.
Não lembro de ter pego algum contrabando. Ah, o Aurora. Puta merda.
I can help you in whatever capacity you need. Creme terracino is my favorite. Terla. Until next time, there will...
Esse cara ainda tá aí, um super fã. Droga, Aurora, eu podia ter tirado ela, né? Eu nem imaginava que era contrabando.
New Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security.
Com certeza. Vou comprar umas coisinhas aqui e a gente vai continuar na missão.
If you don't see what you want, feel... Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
Tem o símbolozinho da Galbank aqui, não tinha?
I'm thankful these rides are quick. I do not like being in small, enclosed spaces.
Não tinha sido descoberta. Falando em Galbank, ela tem 104 mil quase o dinheiro pra pagar a casa. É 125 mil a casa, eu acho.
I feel
Lives of nearly every.
Hello. Welcome to the Galbank Archives. May I see your credentials, please? Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. Me? No. Look, this is my first day on the job. Just cut me some slack, okay? I can't afford to lose it. Got a wife and kids to feed. Everything checks out. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives. There we go. Have a wonderful day.
Isso foi muito suspeito.
Best not to leave anything missing behind.
Pera aí que a gente já resolve isso. Deixa eu ir aí pra cima. Não tem nem como ir aí pra cima, né? Carai. Maldito poste de bola de futebol. Cadê o outro? Oh, essa pistolinha aqui é muito forte. Ele sangrou por aqui. Filho da mãe. Olha que arma bonita. Olha que é uma merda. Cafezinho aqui. Algo aqui de café? Mas daí é roubo. Cadê aquele cara? Ele fugiu, né? Podia ter matado ele. Agora eu lembrei uma coisa, eu podia ter comprado o kit médico, né? Ai, dor nas costas. Ah, tá. Vamos voltar. Chris. Agora quando eu conseguir contrabando eu vou trazer pra cá, porque pelo que eu me lembro eles vendem. Eu só tenho que lembrar que é em Chris. Isso, desaclopa, porra. Isso, faz isso. Em vez de apertar X, aperta espaço. Dá muito certo. Sim, tá super certo isso aí.
Docking procedure is complete.
You want to kick back? Avoid the last Nova. Bugs in a funk that... Next time you see Bog, tell him to write down. Real attitude problem.
Ah. Sai. Quero esses docinhos aqui. E aqui tem arma? Não quero nada não. Legal isso aqui. Cadê os elevadores? Aqui.
Better get a move on before Dale sees you slacking.
Antes disso... Porra, mas ficou na frente.
Your buddy Rokoff is aboard the Key. Told me everything that happened.
Yeah, he won't shut up about you. Keeps going on and on. Now I remember why we kicked his ass out the fleet.
Rokov não é tão ruim, acabou sendo bem prestativo.
That'd be a first.
All right, neighbor, you've made your point. Well, since you're vouching for Rokoff, I guess we can give him another chance. All right, now that is out of the way, we can move on to the matter at hand. Crix's legacy. Speaking of which, let me see that data you copied from the Galbank archives. Ah, so the Galbank transport went down over Bannock 4. Bannock. Why does that sound familiar? Neva?
Yeah, keep your panties on. I'm looking it up. And I got it. Bannock 4. Let's see. Damn it. Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. We can't even get a ship near the thing without frying every circuit aboard.
Approaching that in... well, in any ship would be suicide.
Yeah, sure. We'll just wrap your ship in a ton of copper and launch you right in there. That ought to do the trick, right?
Both of you shut up and think for a second. I'm sure Creeks hit the same roadblock. All we need to do is figure out how he got around it.
This sounds like a goddamn waste of time to me.
Dosed out for a week. Or was it a month? Got so zoned, I forgot.
That's the spirit, Rook. That is the essence of the Crimson Fleet that has been slipping away lately. Neva, the Galbank data says the transport had a CBR-27 transponder. Can we track that kind of thing? Pinpoint its exact location?
That transponder is military grade. We're talking ultra-bit encryption, constantly reshuffling frequencies. We don't have shit like that laying around. But before you get that pissy look on your face, I heard that the UC's been working on a ship signal decryption system called the ComSpike. We grab that little beauty, and we'll be able to track anything you want.
All right, here is the plan, so shut up and listen. Rook, I want you and Neva to put your heads together and get us that ComSpike. I don't care if it's mounted at the top of mast. I want it. In the meantime, I'm going to find out more about this EM-class gas giant problem. And I think I know just who to ask.
Give me a little time to crunch the numbers on the ComSpike with Jazz, and I'll point us in the right direction. I promise. You're gonna write that in your diary, little girl?
All right, that's enough. We are in arm's reach of Crix's legacy, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of bullshit. Now, both of you, get the hell out of here and get to work.
All right, let's get this over with. Follow me. Thanks for making me look good. I would have had to kill you otherwise.
Tá aí o negócio que eu roubei. Pra ti. Vai falar quando?
We'll have the whole settled systems on the run someday.
Ainda querendo caminhar um pouquinho mais rápido, né? Pra poder seguir ela. Carai. Com mulher.
Those creds ain't gonna steal themselves.
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any problems.
Sai da porra da minha frente.
You hear about Rake? He left the fleet. Neva's made it a point to hunt him down.
You've got to be kidding me. I just paid him back the credits I owed him. I should have just shanked him and been done with it. In the fleet, you either put up
Ah, moeda é um corridão.
your choice.
Eu tô bêbado já.
Kinetics, electromags, energy weapons. Nothing's a substitute for a shotgun blast to the face.
Concordo.
All right, let's get right to it. Did you get the Earth Savior Award? Or am I gonna be very disappointed? Well, look at that. You followed my directions, and now you're gonna end up with some credits in your pocket. Of course, it would have been more money if you hadn't blabbed about the damn thing to roll call. That's on you. Anyway, here's your cash. Keep this up, and I might even start respecting you. All right, Fleet? We've all got work to do, so let's get to it.
Anything ship-related, you're at the right place.
Yeah.
Rook. I don't trust shielding. I got secret.
It is good to be back in our own ship.
As missões da Frota Escarlate são demoradas, hein? Eu queria só continuar a missão principal.
Nice. Clean set there.
Let's see what there is to see.
All right, Sam. Now that we have a moment, it's time to figure out the details of our little bet.
Oh, come on, Sarah, not this again. I'm telling you, there's no point in setting up that wager.
So you intended
Better than
to scratch
Jake's?
the paint?
Better than Madame Sauvage's place in Neon?
Tô lá toda hora falando, ó. Toda hora.
Excuse me.
Nice work on the siren.
So I heard there was a bit of excitement on the Siren of the Stars. Your handiwork, I assume? Yes, and I heard there were no casualties. Excellent work.
Except for the eclectic hit squad that you took down at the archives. We've taken care of that mess, by the way.
Speaking of which, I assume you copied the information from the Galbank's computers. Let me see what you got. So the legacy went down at Bannock 4. Bannock 4. Why does that sound familiar, Toft?
Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant, sir. There isn't a ship in the fleet that could safely get near that type of world.
Jogado vai dar jeito.
It sounds like you admire that lunatic.
Ele está um passo à frente do Devs. Olha, concordo. Não, admiro ele, mas tenho que admitir que ele é esperto.
I think his gospel's gone straight to your head. Maybe we made a mistake choosing you for this assignment.
That's enough, Lieutenant. Even if Delgado has an immediate solution to the EM problem, there's still the matter of tracing the Legacy's transponder signal.
Eles acham que negócio chamado Signacom vai resolver o problema.
Information about the comm spike? Damn it.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that device, sir.
No, you shouldn't be familiar with it. It's a highly classified project. It's an advanced signal decryption and tracking device that the UC Navy's been working on for years. How the hell did the Crimson Fleet find out about that?
There must be an information leak somewhere, sir. It's the only thing that makes sense. I'll see what I can find out.
Fine. This is what we're going to do. You keep playing along and go after the comm spike. Lieutenant Toft and I will see what we can find out about Bannock 4.
Vou informar vocês caso descubra alguma evidência.
Perfect. Just stick with the plan and we'll see who gets to Crix's legacy first.
Tem alguma evidência? Não.
I saw one of the ensigns get an Alpha Centauri from off. The Vigilance is our flagship.
Curse you!
All green on release. We're free to...
Chords are right on my...
Muito bom, muito bom. Não aguento mais fazer essas mesmas coisas.
Docking cycle complete.
Fazendo essas mesmas coisas aqui, eles vão descobrir.
So there I am.
Ah, cala a boca. Eu tô sempre passando aqui, tu sempre fala comigo. Não quero falar contigo, não quero. Não quero.
All right, Jazz. What do you got?
The
According to the latest, the comm spike is being developed at UC Star Station SY920. Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jimson. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements.
Ah, já terminaram de conversar? Legal.
All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Juan Dayu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight. If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
She would be wise to do the same.
Pelo jeito vai ser bem útil.
I sure hope so. Because she might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it.
You'd better. For your sake. Oh, and one more thing. SY920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops. And we both know those idiots don't mess around. If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it.
Entendido.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Oh, okay. You'll make sure. More like, get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you, get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that comm spike in your cargo bay. Stay sharp, Rook.
Não deixa eu sair, né? Mulher doida.
Will we be stopping for food? I would not mind trying something, and there are plenty of options.
É no poço, né?
The heart of the settled systems. SSN.
Everyone in the spacers.
I take it your Neva's new recruit? Careful, the walls have ears. SY920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Neva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions. Good. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option.
Do not mistake us for amateurs. We will get the job done without sacrificing your route.
I appreciate the confidence. I just want to remind you, this job calls for more discretion than your usual swashbuckling adventures. In any case, when you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY-920, you can't come and go as you please. We'll talk more on the...
Preguicinha. Essas missões aqui da Frota Escarlate tem que acabar de uma vez. Molhei até o pé depois dessa. A graminha aqui é bonitinha. Tá olhando assim, parece mais um PNG, né? Ah, não. Ah, não. Tem que dar certo. Aí. Vem que baita nave. Trambolho.
Taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Tá tudo liberado pra pegar, é? Achar uma coisa interessante eu posso. Interessante.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
Aham. Tô roubando umas coisinhas de vocês aqui. Legal. Ai, bem grande. Eu disse que a nave é grande, né? Já. Ah, quebraram aqui. É de sacanagem. Tem anotação, umas pecinhas. Boa noite, mestre dos masters. Interior bem grande, hein? Não. Será que vai dar pra eu pegar essa nave depois? Frota Escarlate ainda.
Hello.
All right, a few things to note. When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to.
Não vai ser problema.
Of course, I don't expect it to be.
The less talking all of us have to do, the better.
You'll get no argument from me. It'll be hard enough explaining why I have 2 new crew members. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
Não quero tirar nenhuma dúvida.
See you.
ficou pensando. Acho que eu cliquei pra ir no lugar errado.
Oh, I never get to that.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Eu cliquei pra ir no lugar errado. Ah, que lindo. E aí, cara? Tranquilo, Lucario?
Complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
Tô nível 20, eu nem vi isso. É, não tem nenhuma habilidade ainda. Ah, é mesmo, é?
Always looking for the next one.
Glad you're in the fleet.
Ah, sai da minha frente. Caralho, é uma nave confusa.
Yes?
Let me know when you're ready to leave.
Ah, era só falar com ela, tudo pronto, vamos.
Then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
Item único junto ao Jasper, tu vais descobrir.
All systems go.
É, eu ganhei uma pistolinha, ela é boa pra caralho.
We'll graph jump the SY-920 from here. Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure. You can take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you. Ah, hello.
De novo, mãe?
I have something I want to say.
Caralho. E simplesmente foi e foda-se.
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu, cargo class ship ID UC.
Não ouvi nada. Se é tão ruim assim, talvez seja melhor não dizer nada. Ela vai me dar uma opinião sobre você.
Reluctant to put that to the test.
Tô tendo uma conversa séria aqui, peraí.
But it is necessary that we are honest with each other. You told me that you believe in going it alone, as you put it. But we have traveled together for a while now. I feel I must honor that time with the truth. The little I have spoken of my history has been nothing but truth. I worked with smugglers. I have caused my share of pain and suffering. What I have left out, until now, is that all of that was done on behalf of House Varun. My people. My family.
Se outra pessoa tivesse falado isso, eu acharia que ela tava me zoando. Achava que a Casa Brown tivesse desaparecido, então você faz parte daquela seita. Explique pra mim o sentido disso. Casa Brown, o que é isso?
I am not joking. I was born in the great city of Dazra and raised with the teachings of Jinan Varun.
Isso agora nem dá pra eu fazer essas coisas aí.
The rite of Krejar when I came of age.
Vou do jeito que tá mesmo.
I am of the promised. Those who know the truth of the great serpent and his inevitable return. I appreciate that. But it is still important that you know. Several
Eu
years
realmente não ligo pro teu passado.
accepted requests from Constellation to access Varun's space, speaking only of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life.
Se torna um agente secreto. Achei que você tava escondendo alguma coisa. Sempre quis conhecer uma espiã.
I withheld certain information, but everything I told Vladimir was, and is, true. It seemed to be enough. For a short time. Several weeks after I arrived, I attempted to access secure records within Constellation's archives. Vladimir and Sarah were waiting for me.
Eles não confiavam em você. Me parece que tomaram a decisão certa. Deve ter sido uma surpresa. Não era tão ingênuo quanto você esperava. Você ainda tá aqui, né? Então não deve ter sido tão ruim.
I had no idea what to think. I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe.
Você é um agente duplo na real. Posso que você não contou isso pra mais ninguém. Então a Casa Brown sabe sobre os artefatos. Que tipo de informação você envia para a Casa?
You
Boa noite, Luiz.
third person
Tranquilo?
within Constellation to know. You and I have spent so much time together. It has been increasingly difficult to keep this from you. And I am sorry for that. Telling you this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was the right thing to do. I can feel that.
Tanta coisa pra processar, você escondeu essas informações de mim, é difícil de engolir. Pra mim você continua sendo a mesma Andrea. Ou Andreja.
I have no idea what a relief that is. Thank you for trusting me.
Okay.
Bora.
First things first. The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone.
Não se preocupe, não vão suspeitar de nada.
I would hope not. But if they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Yes? What?
Vamos lá então. Caralho. Por que fazer uma nave tão labiríntica?
Say the word, and we shall be on our way.
You with the Jade Swan? Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks. We need a lot of cargo to keep a station this size running.
Voltas grila?
What's the serial number on that shipment we got yesterday?
Ó, arriscar, né? Condutos de ventilação.
Yeah.
This is Captain Yu. And you found the intercom. That's a start. If I'm not mistaken, the maintenance door should be in front of you. If you can find a way to open it, it'll get you past the first checkpoint. I'm not worried. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Anyway, the door will let you access the vents. Go up the vents and to the barracks. You should find a uniform there. The uniform should get you through the checkpoint and to the elevators. We'll talk again once you get to the command bay.
Ai, agora começou. Eu odeio quando tem muitas possibilidades. Esse daqui é aqui. E esse daqui eu coloco aqui. Eca.
What the?
I heard something.
Ah, mentira.
There you are.
Mentira. Como é que o cara me viu aqui? Ah, não. Vou carregar.
You with the Jade Swan? Loading and unloading only.
Aham.
This is Captain Yu. And you found the intercom. If I'm not mistaken, if you can find a way to open it. I'm not worried. I'm sure you'll... Anyway, the door will let you... The uniform should get you...
Oh, caralho. Tá. Salvar aqui já. Ô, louco. Olha que roupa bonita, cara. Tô uniformizado. Pô, legal mesmo essa roupa aqui. Ah, não. Não vou. Aí, é só fazer a volta.
State your business.
Preciso me apresentar na área de comando.
Logging ensign level clearance. Go on ahead. Your friend there have the same clearance?
Of course.
Then you're both good to go. Música pros ouvidos.
If you found a uniform, be sure to put it on. That'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code.
Posso usar a farda que eu achei e simplesmente passar pelos guardas.
We are of the same mind. No talking, no combat, and no trace. This station has a lot of old arteries. The blood has gone dry, but they still connect to its heart. Look for a maintenance area. That should open a path to the archival computers. Going dark for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
You headed down to the engineering bed?
Not yet. Gotta get clearance at the security station.
Ah, não, sai. Aham. Oh. Porra. Ignacon aqui. Vai. Ah. Será que... Ah.
I hope we don't do any more drills today.
Aham, também espero. Ui. Aí. onde tu tava?
How are the tests with the comms spike going?
Dr. Vogel has put in a request for more personnel. It seems there was an accident. Not to change the subject, but...
Everything seems to be where we left it.
Yu here. Goggles almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly. Sorry, but the situation calls for it. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that. You've made it this far without engaging in combat. I trust you'll have no issues moving further. It was an honor to work with a true professional. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
Fodeu.
I don't recognize your face, Ensign. Are you new?
If you have experience flying, you should talk to Dr.
I don't know you, Ensign.
I don't know.
You sure you
I've
have
flown
clearance?
a discovery class. I'm not familiar.
Your ships are generally easy to find.
Intercepting transponder data in the Alpha system might be promising. Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign?
Estou com a equipe de segurança que me entregue o Signa com. Vou fazer uma verificação rotineira no Signa. Eu preciso do acesso do aparelho. Você é uma pessoa encarregada do projeto.
The comm spike. But I can't just hand it to you. It's a module for a ship. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types. But the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology.
Decodificação nesse nível tem inúmeras aplicações militares. Não surpreende que você tenha interesse.
Yes, it's not quite cracking the Enigma code, but it will give us a significant tactical advantage. We'll be able to infer everything from battle plans to meal consumption. Not that we'd care about that sort of thing, outside of the effects of diet on combat readiness. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure.
O projeto ainda não está pronto.
Oh, it's ready. We're long past the inference stage. Statistical models can only go so far. And now that we've corrected the prior mishaps, it's time for real flesh and blood pilots to stress test the systems. The kind unafraid to make the necessary sacrifices. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to MAST. Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious. You're right. We do need to hurry if we're going to have this module ready in time. I'm not sure I believe you. Really? And then maybe all of my pestering has finally paid off. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new test pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Natara's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area, the password you get from me. You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
Beleza.
I think he may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
Deixa eu ver o traje. Ó, que bonito, ó. Eu só não entendi a... Tá. Aqui, ó. Encontre uma rota para evitar o ponto de controle. O que será que eu chego lá? Ah, eu tô com sobrecarga. Ah, droga. Vamos ver se eu tenho alguma coisa que aumente a necessidade de carga.
Reporting for duty, pilot. Access granted. Be sure to head to the control center and schedule the flight. And good luck.
Suspicious behavior on the station. Commander Natara has asked me to be alert.
Well, I haven't seen anyone suspicious.
Eu acho que eu fiz merda. Não. Ah, legal essa nave.
Prototype ship, you are not cleared for takeoff. What's going on over there?
Unauthorized launch from engineering. All ships, secure the prototype. Alarms online? Let's dance!
E se for, eu vou ir pra cá, ó. Terra. Ah! Boa! Foge!
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Boa! bagulho é imediato.
My great grandpappy made that time, right? We're here.
Uma nave nova pra gente. Será?
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
Assuming all systems are nominal, we are ready to
Compreendido. Não quero mais isso. E isso aqui também não. Por que eu não consigo soltar?
Heart.
Vou pegar isso aqui.
Well, well, well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone the lowdown. We'll take care of things from here. That's a real nice ship you brought in. I can't wait to tinker with it.
We'll secure that ship for you.
Beleza.
Nothing like the smell of a ditch.
Para de falar comigo, cara. Eu não gosto de ti. Cara, toda vez que eu vou ali, ele fala comigo. Eu não posso passar aqui na frente, que ele quer conversar. Onde que era a loja por aqui mesmo? Ah, é aqui. Não, deve ser esse daqui.
Please tell me you know exact. This better be worth it.
Vestuário. Ah, meu Deus.
We're done here? Great.
É um bagulho estranho. Tá bugado. Ah, comprar de volta, não tem vestuário.
What? Ever. I hope you do not have any loose cred sticks. I fully expect you would find them missing when needed.
Captains get better. Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet. I won't deny I helped. Let's hope the compensation reflects that, huh? Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike. Sounds like you're on board as a true believer. I have to admit, the way things are going, I'm starting to believe myself.
Whether Crix's legacy is real or not, we have a job to do, and we will see it through.
Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
I also wish to be prepared
Let's talk
for
about something else.
any situation,
How did the
but
Crimson Scar become
there are
the
practical
Crimson
limits, no?
After I busted out of the lock, I decided to take things to the next level. I had the key, a few UC ships, and a couple dozen ex-cons at my side. But I needed more, so I sent out the call. Once word got around, it didn't take long for freelance pirates from every corner of the settled systems to show up.
And this is how the Crimson Fleet was born.
Exactly. The key became our base of operations. We spent months reinforcing our position there, making it nearly impossible to approach.
What was the UC's response to the situation?
First of all, UC security gave up and handed the reins over to the big guns, the UC Navy. The Navy in turn sent ships to attack the Key. I'd say there have been 3 major attacks over the last few years. And as you can tell by the fact we're having this interview, all the attacks were embarrassing failures.
Do you feel these embarrassing failures led them to form UC systems?
Absolutely. They've clearly given up and decided to shove the responsibility onto a separate division. That way, in the public eye,
Frota Escarlate é boa, hein?
we can move forward proud and strong, while UC SysDef continually takes all the blame. It's all about PR spin for them, Gale. That's how the UC operates. Kinda disgusting, don't you think?
Sounds a bit like you're trying to deflect attention off the atrocities the Crimson Fleet commits on a daily basis.
Atrocities, huh? How about fighting the Freestar Collective over a bunch of rocks hanging in space? How about thousands of people dying while a bunch of pencil-pushing bastards sit in a cushy office and draw lines on a star map? Maybe the United Colonies should stop the bullshit and take a hard look in the mirror to see who the monsters really are.
Foi adicionado uma bebida, né? Ah, eu ainda não estou contente. Eu quero a minha coisinha de volta. Meu traje. Tá gastando meus créditos, mas não tá vindo.
Oh. Bye, I guess.
If you got any spare credits, unload some junk. Head to the depot.
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any...
Cadê o elevador? Ah, tá aqui. Vou ficar com o traje incompleto, que tristeza.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the ComSpike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Estava embutido na nave e eu não tive escolha.
Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. ComSpike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
Alguém pode fazer essa tecnologia funcionar é a Jess.
You damn right she can. My girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, neighbor. Now, why don't you give us the info on our neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her
Vou nada.
little fingers on the pulse of neon for
Porque depois desse papo aqui eu vou encerrar a live.
whatever info you need. I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward we all split the cash.
Eu sei que vamos nos dar bem.
Don't worry. When Quix's legacy is aboard the Key, we'll be splitting plenty of cash. Until then, I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to a letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
We have dealt with more than a few of your captains. This one should be no problem.
You did right by one. But she's almost as green as you two. Estelle is different.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting. But chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us. So I want you focused. We are one step away from Quix's legacy. And we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Beleza. Eu só... E aí, Sub-Zero gaúcho. Só vou pra Jameson, que eu preciso fazer uma... Cadê? Aqui. O Centauri. Acho que todo mundo é uma palavra muito forte. Eu acho que deve ter umas 2 pessoas só.
The city certainly projects a powerful image for the United Colonies, eh? Fortunate that Walter has used his considerable funds to maintain the lodge, are we not?
Sei lá. Ah, droga. Armas. Vou guardar a fúria. E essa aqui e essa. Trajes. Esse daqui é o traje de coisa. O capacete também. Usuário. Não é possível. Quê? Não é possível remover itens de missão do inventário. Ah, não. Que tristeza. Bom que não ocupa massa. Recursos. Guardar isso aqui, granada de impacto. Agora tem 2.
Hey. I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye. You know. To Barrett. Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
caralho. Barret, pá. Isso me lembrou do Barret. Essa noia aí, ó. Tava só caminhando ali, só caminhando. Vou deixar o maluquinho já lá na estação. Um dia terá mais gente assistindo. Eu espero. Não quero depender de CCLT, não. Beleza. Vou encerrar a live por aqui mesmo. Muito obrigado quem assistiu a live até esse exato momento, ou quem entrou. E sábado agora eu não vou continuar Starfield, eu vou fazer o Mortal Kombat, os finais dos personagens em live. Só pra avisar, eu não jogo jogo de luta muito bem. Então tá, pessoal, muito obrigado quem assistiu a live até o final e até sábado no Mortal Kombat. Falou!